And we're live. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. And special thank you to everybody watching the replay. That's what StreamYard told me to say. No, but really, thank you for watching the replay, everybody. I really appreciate it. Your support is appreciated. And we got Hex 647 says hello. Hello, Hex 647. Pete Stav, what a stud. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Never seen you here before, so welcome, Pete Stav. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you heard of me from TikTok or YouTube Shorts, but if not, that's still okay. We got 10 watching. Ben, I sent him the invite. He may or may not tune in today, but I guess we'll just get into it. So we have the Bitcoin on the daily chart. Trading at 16,838. So honestly, nothing happening. Nothing has been happening and nothing meaningful happening in Bitcoin for over 2 months. Over 2 months, it's just been trending. It's been trading in this sideways channel. Between support and resistance, Bitcoin has been going for over 2 months. But when it goes sideways for a while, we all know that that means that a massive move is imminent. So I guess that means that Bitcoin will either be going up or down very, very soon. But basically, it looks like it's getting support on this. So we're probably headed up for 18.5 thousand. And if we break through the 18.5 thousand with high volume, then we have the price target of 23,887. Would the 23,887 mean that we confirmed the bottom and we are headed for only higher prices? Well, if we head higher for higher prices, then it will confirm that we are headed higher for higher prices. But that's why we don't trade, because the charts really only tell us what has happened. It will not be able to tell us what will happen. And once it's already happened, you're late. That's why I keep on talking about Hex. Now's a good time to get in before it rips, in my opinion, not financial advice. And we got Pete Stav. I've been watching. Thank you for watching. Ted Cash, ready to rock and roll with Furu Finance stream. Yes, thank you for tuning in, Ted Cash. We always like Ted Cash. Bid Finesse. I shared the first video that's oldest on your YouTube. My friend and I think you're hilarious. Appreciate that. And I've seen you in a bunch of streams, in a bunch of chats. Are you a streamer? But I appreciate you sharing the video. And my oldest YouTube videos were funny. I thought those ones weren't funny because it was like very heavily edited, and I was trying to be very serious. It wasn't as organic and off the cuff as the live streams, but I appreciate that. I guess I'm just goofy. I don't know. I'm funny when I'm trying to be serious. Nintra X says good morning. Where's the volatility indicator? Coiled up? Which one's the volatility indicator? Too busy to stream. Just hop on other streams. Oh, nice. How about this? My value proposition would be make a TikTok or YouTube short every day. I've been on this on Twitter, and we're going to get into that later. It's just a 60-second video. I actually made 4 today. So I'm really trying to push that. The Hex presence on TikTok, which is the platform for virality, is atrocious. So you don't have to stream. I think streaming is good. I like streaming. It's fun. It's good community engagement, but it is not good for outreach. I'm sorry, it's not good for outreach. But yeah. And Chad Donner Schwans is here. Schwans of House Donner's in the chat. Volatility for Bitcoin. There is no volatility. Bitcoin has been a stable coin. Yeah, Bitcoin's been a stable coin. And remember, like, this was fun. This was great. This was great. This was great. There was a lot of fun, but like, it's really been leveling out. The dumps are smaller because the sell pressure is getting lower and lower, you know, because more people sold, so there's less people to sell. And I think we're at the point where the people that are holding are probably not going to sell no matter what, because if you've been holding through the FTX, what's going to make you sell? If you've been holding Bitcoin since the FTX thing, and you're still holding it now that everyone's calling, you know, crypto a big scam and crypto's FTX, whatever, you still haven't sold, what's going to make you sell? I don't know. I mean, the only thing that could maybe possibly lead to a cascade is a big institution or exchange going under. If that doesn't happen, which it very well may not, I think the bottom's in. But that also may happen. It may happen, it may not happen. And we won't know what happens until it happens. So can Bitcoin hit 11K and pray? It can hit it, but I think that'll depend on an institution. I don't know if another institution's going under. I think there's a lot of incentive to not let it happen. I think a lot of these institutions might even just, you know, buy out one of these insolvent companies, like if they go under, just because they're such big holders of crypto that they don't want it to keep on cascading. So is Bitcoin going to 11K and pray? I don't think so, but Richard Hart says it is, and he's got a pretty solid track record if you ask me, but I don't know. That's why I continue to DCA. That is the Bitcoin technical and fundamental analysis, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. But we got Bitfinesse. You have my attention on the shorts, but I must be educated and trained. I'm a persistent student. Trained in what? In the shorts? Trained in the shorts? You need to be trained how to make a short or a TikTok. It's just a 60-second video. You just hold up your phone and say what's on your mind for 60 seconds or less. And then you could add a little bit of a caption on TikTok. You could add some music, and then you could get a little bit more, savvy with it. Like people like Super Hex Max really knows what he's doing. I mean, if you really want to dig deep, but I'm not even that far in. I just maybe put a sticker on and some music. That's all it is. And it does more. It does more for virality than anything else. And we're going to see that. But first we're going to jump into the Hex price. Let's jump in. We're going to do a deep dive into the Hex price. Again, Hex has broke that downward trending support for probably 4 months. Oh my God. I might have to just start paying for the full version. Stop getting this. It's been in this descending triangle, in this or falling wedge between support and resistance, clearly hitting between support and resistance. But now it has broken down, and we made a price target. It can't be the last move. Unless you want to, can we measure this move? Can't be this last move, because then we're negative 20 cents for Hex, and that's not possible. But as far as the price target, I drew the trend line, guys. I drew the trend line. See that? We got support here. We got support here. So it's looking like our price target, our next level of support, is at 1.5 cents. But if we break that, then we're going to head lower. So in order to really know that, we have to open up our fib channel. I don't know what the heck this is. So stupid. We're gonna have to have the fib channel. How does this work? Like this? Oh, okay. So if we fall this much, then we have support here, and then we have. It's not even possible to get to this, but somehow this thing could tell us something. Yeah, guys. Moral of the story is technical analysis is dumb. Okay, but yeah, are we hitting that 1.5 target? Then probably the next level of support is 1.2 and then a penny. So is Hex hitting a penny? That's the question. I don't know. I think the Hex conference, guys, the Hex conference might be the bottom. I really think that it's going to be maybe a little bit climactic. And the reason for that is not what you think. You guys think that it's testnet v3 or Pulsechain launch. Honestly, I don't even care about Pulsechain launch anymore, especially because the gas fees aren't even high. I care about TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and you better bet I'm going to be talking about that at the conference. So I think the conference is going to be a huge show of strength. Richard Hart is going to be speaking for like 3 hours on the same day I speak, and there's going to be a lot of activity. There's going to be a lot of buzz. So I think that really is going to be really when people start to realize that Hex isn't going anywhere. But more of that to come. So yeah, there you go. Hex is right now at 1.9. It could go lower to 1.5, and then it could go lower to 1.2, and then it could go to 1 cent, and then it could also go higher. So if it bounces off here, it could go up as high as 2.88. And if it breaks the 2.88, then it's headed for 19 cents or whatever. What is this? It's headed for 18.8 cents. And if it goes up even more, then it's headed even higher. Whoa. Nice day today, huh? Nice day today for the crypto markets. Solana's really been going crazy since Vitalik tweeted about it, which is ridiculous. And honestly, if Vitalik wants to tweet about something, he shouldn't be tweeting about his competing blockchains. He should be tweeting about projects on his blockchains, on his blockchain, like Ethereum. I mean, like Hex. So he's got it wrong. Solana's garbage. Solana's absolute trash. And now they're not going to have all that big money to bail them out. So Solana sucks, guys. Bit is Bybit. Bybit sucks. It's a centralized exchange. Lido is something on Ethereum. Who knows? Nexo's up. Nexo. Wow. Nexo's still solvent, guys. Honestly, I'm impressed by Nexo. Nexo was supposed to be the shadiest one, and they're still giving their payouts. They still are handling withdrawals very, very well. So we could give them some props. Whether they're legitimate or not, I don't know. Whether they're going to stick around, they probably won't. But they're like the last man standing. So shout out to Nexo. And guys, we got 46 watching. So I hope that you hit the like button and subscribe button. And I really hope you hit the super chat button. That would be freaking awesome. But if not, then just like and subscribe. Moving on, we got Hex daily stats. I check Hex daily stats on the daily. You guys know how it goes. Hex daily stats, we have, first of all, we're 339x from all-time lows. The payout, the T-share payout was 6.274. So if you are a Hex staker and you have T-shares, you got paid yesterday. Trustlessly, buy the smart contract, 6.274 Hex. The T-share rate went up 29 Hex. 29, it's going to take 29 Hex to earn a T-share now, 29 more. So if you staked before today, you got a nice discount, you know. you're getting a better rate than the people staking today, which is why Hex is awesome. 46 new current holders and 33 new current stakers. All-time highs for holders and stakers continue. We should be seeing 120,000 very, very soon. And when the price goes up and people continue with these TikToks and YouTube shorts, I think we're going to be headed a lot higher. But that's awesome. Let's check out the chat. What are you guys saying? Where are your super chats? Furu is a breath of fresh air in the community. Thank you, bro. Rusty, loving these streams. Appreciate it. Thank you, Key, with the great work. Amazing. Ted Cash, Sean T. Hex staking is the way. Yes, it is. Going deep. All right, moving on. We got Maddie Allen. Everyone. Hexconference.com final schedule is here. And we're live. I think I got it. 4 nights in a row for 5,555 hours starting Friday, January 6th, with 69 fantastic speakers. What's the quotations for 69? I don't get it. Richard Hart Wynn speaks on Monday night, January 9th, streaming on youtube.com. Maddie Allen, let's go. So January 6th. So starting tomorrow, guys. Folks, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We have an excellent lineup. Day one, you got, look at this panel right here. Crypto Coffee, Crispy Man, Hex Monkey, and Mark Wild. Wow. Incredible. I don't have to read you the whole panel because I read it yesterday. But I did want to read you a specific panel, which is panel 7. So 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time. And 1 a.m. UTC, I don't even know what that is. We have Corey Costa, furufinance, Ben Dubard, and RH Max. That is not a panel you are going to want to miss. 8 p.m. on Monday. I get the undercard. Wow, what a privilege. I get the undercard for the Richard Hart conference, for the Richard Hart speech. Richard Hart is speaking starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So 2 hours before Richard Hart speaks, I speak. Do you guys think Richard Hart's going to be watching? I think he will. In fact, I got some good news about Richard Hart with regards to me, but we'll talk about that shortly. But we got 50 watching. Feel free to leave a super chat. But if not, just like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will totally appreciate you. And obviously, subscribe to the newsletter, the Furu Finance newsletter. It is every Friday. It is exclusive content, and it's free. They say nothing in life's free, right? Well, the Furu Finance newsletter is absolutely free, so you better be checking that out. But moving on, we got Twitter. Ben Dubard yesterday. He's supposed to be here today. I guess hopefully he'll show up soon. Ben Dubard, good friend of mine. He just reached over 1,000 followers on Twitter, thanks to his hard work, as well as a tweet from Crypto Coffee. Can't believe I just heard of this Hex and Pulsechain YouTuber. He's good. Go like, subscribe, comment, share to help Hex go viral. This is Ben Dubard. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now they're talking about some soccer there. No, Ben's a soccer player. He's a soccer fan. But he got to 1,200. And we are trying to get him to 1,000 on YouTube. And he is getting very close. So I'm going to share the link, guys. Ben Dubard is at 956. He has been skyrocketing. And he was here first. So, guys, click that link. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get him to 1,000. And we got Hex Addict sends 9.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, Hex Addict. Not even a message. Wow, that is super nice. I really, really appreciate your kind and generous contribution. How do I access the newsletter, the Furu Finance newsletter? It is in the description. Let me just put it in the chat so everyone here could access it, and everyone here can get amazing information that otherwise maybe they wouldn't be privy to. Let me see. And this is the newsletter. tinyurl.com. This is end-to-end encrypted. It's completely private. You could always unsubscribe. That is something that I did not realize when I first made it, but you can always unsubscribe. You feel like you're not getting enough value, which you shouldn't. You should be feeling like you're getting enough value. But if you don't for some reason or whatever, you can always unsubscribe. Sign up to the Furu Finance newsletter. We don't have any sponsors here, just the Furu Finance newsletter. So check that out. Appreciate you guys watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Anyways, we got Breadtep. So I wanted to talk about this with Ben, but this is a Pulsechain developer went public, and usually Pulsechain developers don't go public. And this guy actually came over, I believe, from BitBoy Crypto. So shout out to him. Okay, so anyone that's worried about the Pulsechain launch not happening, I think you are being very foolish. But I mean, that would be even an understatement. I think you're maybe not all there, but that's some good news. Maybe when Ben comes, we could further discuss it. And we got Havid Hex. Watcher Guru is acknowledging Richard as the #1 Bitcoin price caller. I like that. Watcher Guru's got 1.6 million followers. 1.6 million followers. And they said that Richard Hart is the #1 price caller. Hex founder and crypto tycoon Richard Hart exclusively revealed to Watcher Guru that Bitcoin will crash to 11,000 in 2023. According to Hart, Bitcoin's falling below 11K is not a matter of how, but a matter of when. Bitcoin will continue to fall to 11K as long as the grayscale discount to net asset value exists. It's the normal 85% price dip Bitcoin does. Mt. Gox coins being released is more potential sell pressure, he said to Watcher Guru. Surprisingly, Hart has been right about most of his previous predictions, and a handful of crypto investors called him the time traveler. There you go. So that's some nice news there. Shout out to Watcher.guru. And we got Maxime Broadcast. You guys got to follow Maxime Broadcast. He is a very good tweeter. His style's like, I like it. It's like documenting in like a diary, like a sailor or something. But relatively large increase in Hex share rate likely incoming mid-February. And if you guys don't know, the Hex T share goes up when stakes come out, and there are stakes coming out. So that means if you stake now, you are going to get more yield for, in Hex terms for your stake than if you do it later. So might want to consider that. But shout out to the Maxime Broadcast, Won't Settle Media. And we got Furu Finance. Link in this, you guys. I need 1,000 followers on Twitter. Lately, I've actually been pretty active on Twitter, and I'm not such a frequent tweeter, but like when I am onto something, when I get inspiration, so to speak, when I feel like the word has to go out, I make sure I'm on Twitter and I'm getting it out. Because like I'm not one of those people that just like, I'm not going to just tweet for the sake of tweeting, just, to build my Twitter up, I want to build up my Twitter. So I have to be an active tweeter. It's like, no, but if I have to get the message out, if something is important that needs to be said, there's something important that needs to be said, then I am all over it on Twitter. And there is something important that needs to be said. So where's the PulseX logo? I don't know, man. Someone send me a nice banner that'll match the thing that has the RH logos, because I need one and I have no time for this. So too busy making TikToks and YouTube shorts and live streaming. So like and subscribe. But anyway, furufinance is at 569 followers on Twitter. He's been, oh, look, there he is over there. He's live streaming. What's he been saying? Yeah, this is a crazy thread. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Many Hex Twitter accounts with thousands of followers. I should have said there are, but I think I was limited to a certain amount of characters, and I was over the limit. So whatever. Many Hex Twitter accounts out there with thousands of followers. Consider joining TikTok and YouTube Shorts. At the very least, please promote a Hex TikToker on your feed at least once a day. TikTokers are making a far bigger impact in terms of outreach than anyone else. They deserve your attention, and that is very true. I'm sick. I'm not going to say sick and tired. I am frankly a little bit bored of seeing Pulsechains happening, guys. You know, we have a V3 update, or we have a Hex stickers over here. We have a Hex stickers, or we have a Hex advertisement. It's like those things are not effective marketing, and we're going to see very shortly why, in fact, that is true. Maddie Allen is here, folks. Maddie, I'm sending you the link. Hope you could join on in, actually. But very important message, and thank you again for having me speak at the conference. I am so pumped, and I'm so pumped for Maddie Allen's speech at the conference. But let me share. Invite, copy. Maddie, this is some very important stuff we're talking about here. My epiphany, and the more I think about it, the more prevalent it becomes. Yeah. So where are we? Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah. And like, people are talking about, we need this billboard, we need this famous guy, whatever. It's not true. It's not true. We need to grow organically, and people have to be familiar with Richard Hart. People have to be interested in him before you want to make it onto a large platform. Once the interest builds up, then you make your rounds on TV. Once the top, that's like what Richard Hart always says, like the top happens when things are on TV. And if Richard Hart gets on TV, it's just nobody's really going to care, because nobody knows about him. And frankly, the people that watch TV are not even the demographic that would go and buy Hex, because Hex is not mainstream yet. It's still on the fringes. We have to market it as such. But I said, please, if you are a Hex Twitter account with thousands of followers, consider becoming a TikToker, funneling your traffic there, which will go a lot longer, will go a lot further for your effort, is one. And two is it's better for outbound marketing. It gets in front of new people. And these are the Hex TikTokers. I literally made a huge thread. You guys, please, you know what? I'm sharing this tweet so you guys could follow every single Hex TikToker here. Hey man, why did you block me on Twitter? I'm sorry I offended you. I was just speaking my opinion on crypto communities in general, but I did not mean that by you. Love your content, bro. Love you too. No, I just don't like this kumbaya thing. Like, people are saying that what's it called? That we have to, be inclusive, whatever. It's like, we're not we're not gonna be inclusive doesn't mean putting bad projects in front of other people's eyes and like just like talking to everybody. It's like having covering projects that are likely going to, gotten people very wrecked and are likely to get people very wrecked in the future, are probably not a good idea to put in front of people. So I don't know. I'm sick of this kumbaya thing, but I'm not trying to be negative. Fine, I'll unblock you. Okay. What's it called? What was I thinking? I don't know. I was just in an intense mood this morning. Whatever. Okay. So yeah, did I post the link? There we go. That's the link. Go follow every single streamer I just posted here. And there was an interesting story. Was it yesterday? Do I have it here? Okay, whatever. We'll find it. So that's the first one. I just posted a bunch of Twitter accounts here. And then I had a nice little thread over here saying, thinking of paying for Hex advertising. 1, stop what you're doing. 2, film yourself or clip a Hex streamer for less than 60 seconds. 3, post on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Hashtags on TikTok and Shorts allow you to target demographics far more prone to being onboarded. Yes. Cryptocurrencies, especially those trading on decentralized exchanges like Hex, are far too fringe for the masses. Until Hex trades on Coinbase and people can buy and stake in a seamless manner, the approach to marketing must be one that targets specific demographics, especially given the fact that we are in a bear market. The people most likely to be onboarded to Hex are those that already understand that crypto is cyclical and they understand wallets and all those kinds of things. No disrespect to anybody. I truly appreciate the tremendous effort of the community to throttle Hex into virality. I just hope the approach changes. Hex has everything required to achieve virality, but we have to understand that we are still fringe, must market accordingly. The time will come when Hex will seamlessly onboard through billboards, sponsorships, televisions, etc. I truly believe that the ascent of Richard Hart needs to unfold organically. Let's make it happen. Wow, right on by furufinance. You guys should be following him. But yeah, the overall point is that the reason why marketing for things like Coca-Cola or things like Honda, Toyota, all those things, like those are mainstream things. Those are things that people know how to purchase, people are familiar with, and it's pretty much for everybody. You see the Coca-Cola billboard, you go into the convenience store, you buy Coke. You see the Snickers never satisfied ad. You literally could go into the store, you buy Snickers. With Hex, that is not the case, right? With Hex, when people see a Hex magazine advertisement, sticker, commercial on television, it could be in the Super Bowl for who knows. What are they going to do? Could they just go and buy Hex? No, they have to get a hardware wallet. They have to connect the hardware wallet with MetaMask. They have to use a decentralized exchange, which is very difficult to use if you don't know anything about crypto. So you have to use an on-ramp. You have to use an on-ramp. You have to buy Ethereum. You have to buy USDC. You have to swap that on Meta. You have to have a hardware wallet already from Ledger. You have to swap that for Hex, and then you have to stake it. Does that mean someone could see a billboard or someone could see a sticker and just buy Hex? No. So how many people in the world are actually capable of doing that? Very few. How many people are very capable at this point of learning that? Very, very few. So do you think an approach of magazine advertisements and car magazines where the people that are watching and they're middle aged and they already have like the wealth that they need or they want, they're taken care of, and then combine that with the fact that they see the price down 95% and they don't understand logarithmic charts and everything, you think you're going to onboard anybody from that? Absolutely freaking not. I would be surprised if honestly anybody was onboarded by Richard Hart's appearance on Fox Business, the appearance on even Wolf of Wall Street. The time for that is not yet, guys. It's not yet. So how do you do outreach, right? How do you get to people that are prone to seeing Hex content and then going and buying and staking Hex? Which markets would you target? You would probably want to target people in cryptocurrency or younger people that are very savvy with technology and could learn cryptocurrency very quickly, especially considering we are in a bear market. So during the bull market, people will be more inclined to learning how to use a hardware wallet and doing all these things because they see a price going up, the price going up really quickly, and they want to get rich like everybody else, and they FOMO in and they really do the due diligence. But when the price is down 96% and you have all this FUD going on, people do not have the wherewithal to actually like see through it and do the due diligence and get it done. So which people would do that? People that already have been doing it. A lot of people use decentralized exchanges. A lot of people use Coinbase. A lot of people use Ledger and Trezor and things like that, are very familiar with crypto security. So how do you get to those people? Are you going to do it through a magazine? Absolutely not, especially if it's not a crypto magazine or a finance magazine. Are you going to do it through a sponsorship? Absolutely not. You do it through social media, because social media has something called hashtags. Hashtags allow you to lock in to a given conversation and community. Like, for example, in this tweet, when I tweeted, thinking of paying for hashtag Hex advertisement, that means everybody that was in the conversation of Hex automatically was served by the algorithm my tweet. You know, it came across them. But people that aren't into Hex, it didn't come across. So it's targeted. What's the problem with Twitter and YouTube, regular YouTube? It's very, very concentrated. It's very hard to reach people in the Bitcoin community because there are so many bigger accounts already that automatically get served first by the algorithm because they have more engagement. So there's pretty much no. Oh, yes.
I can't hear you. How's it going? Can you hear me? I heard you right before you added me.
Wait, so my mic disconnected. Can I just step out? You'll hold it up. Oh. No. Oh, no. Maddie, it's me. It's not you. Can I just step out? I'm on the webcam mic, which is
Got it. Works.
All right, let me exit.
I can hear you.
All right, you can hold the fort up.
Yeah.
We got 56 watching, guys.
All right. We're live with Furu Finance here, streaming live from my fake throne here. We got the Hex conference coming up tomorrow for the next 4 nights, starting tomorrow. So that's gonna be really exciting. I can't wait. It's taken tons of energy and excitement to put it all together. We've got over 69 speakers. Furu Finance will be speaking, and we've also got other speakers: Crypto Coffee, Richard Hart, Hodl Dog, many more. So let's see. I think the more approaches that we can take to marketing, the better. I just jumped into listening to the stream a couple of minutes ago, and yeah, I can't wait to hear more about what Furu has to say about all this. Very good to be talking about Pulsechain and PulseX. I've been really impressed by the testnet lately. It's really good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sweet. How we doing? How are you?
Good.
Sorry, why am I saying?
Yeah. Life is good. I saw you were streaming, so you sent me the link. Here I am.
Thank you so much for coming. It's the rule. I gotta send it, you know.
That's smart.
But obviously I never mean to be pressuring anyone. Wait, so I actually just covered the, I guess should we continue with this or should we get back to this? Because this was my first tweet that I covered.
Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wow, it's got like 1,100 likes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So tell us about the Hex conference. Heard you know quite a bit about it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be 5 hours each night, starting tomorrow night for 4 nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, if you're in the United States. If you're not, then there's a timetable down there that tells you, hopefully in your local time, or you can go to hexconference.com and use the time calculator to find out what time it's starting in your country, or you can go to the landing page on YouTube and say, remind me. And that's also at hexconference.com. There's 69 speakers. It's really amazing. There's going to be panels of 4, panels of 9. There's going to be individual testimonials of 3 minutes each, tutorials and talks of 20 minutes each. Most of the keynotes are an hour, but on the first night, there's 2 half-an-hour keynotes, which will include, by the way, breaking news, Johnny Chaos will be giving part 2 of the keynote on Friday night.
Oh, so, yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, no, that is exciting. This is really going to be a big show of strength. It's I think a lot of people are down and out. A lot of people are down and out, but I think after this 5,555 hours, I think people are going to realize that we're not going anywhere.
Well, it's not 5,000 hours. It's
Whatever.
So it's 5 hours on each night for 4 nights. So it's like it's like 5, 5, 5, 5. But yeah, it's it's a play off the 5,555 days that you can stake Hex.
Yeah, and tell us what the success of the Hex conference last year. I was watching that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the number of views isn't always the most important thing when it comes to getting the word out about educating people on cryptocurrency. I think, sure, you always want to have more views, but it doesn't matter if somebody comes in and watches for 20 seconds and then they don't take any action, and YouTube counts that as a view. What we see on my channel and on the Hex conference is when people come, on average, they spend 23 minutes learning each visit to any video. And so what that means is that, you know, after getting 1 million views in 2 years, that's 23 million minutes that people spent learning. And you know, that's nothing to sneeze at. I think that's the biggest marker of success is also just how the Hex conference can change the sentiment in the Hex community, because it uplifts and creates community within the people who are most connected, the people who are on screen and who go then and make content every day or every week or every so often. So that's probably the biggest effect is not just for the people watching, but for really the relationship between the people who are on stage, and then also the new people who come along and say, oh, that's a community I want to be a part of. I want to start streaming. I want to start following.
Yeah, beautiful. And you put a lot of time, effort, and money, dare I say, to making this happen. So we really appreciate it, and I'm really excited. Heard they have a good guest on Monday at 8 p.m.
That's you.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that panel. That panel is gonna be dope.
Yeah, I can't wait too. Look at that. Great panel right there. And you were talking about onboarding. So I've been on this for the last couple of days, talking about the importance of TikTok and YouTube Shorts as far as outbound messaging. And I think it is something that is is in terms of outreach, it is second to none. And the reason for that is because it gets brought to people. People don't have to go to it. So you have that. You have the fact that it is targeted. Using hashtag, you can reach communities that are already familiar with crypto because they already have a ledger. They already use decentralized exchanges, and they're pretty much one step away from buying and staking Hex, as opposed to other methods of outreach. And it's not concentrated. So you have the hashtags on Twitter and YouTube, but it's very hard. We've kind of reached the top of the S curve in Twitter and YouTube in terms of outreach for this bear market. I think it's going to change once the bull comes in, but for getting a footing and getting people in during the bear market, I think it's got to be TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And did you see the tweets that I read?
I just came in when you were reading them, and what you're saying is spot on. I think the advertising needs to rotate and pivot and reach new audiences. And look, there's good news. I mean, Richard Hart's like a prophet. I was there when he called the bottom, when he called the top. It's like there's good news out there. Hex is something that, in my opinion, can be good for people, more than just getting rich, but getting a community behind them, getting delayed gratification. That seems to be like an emergent property of the marketing that people do, is that it ends up being a good form of marketing, not a bad form.
Yeah, but so yeah, this is the first thing. I would want to read the tweet and get the thoughts, but it says, so thinking of paying for Hex advertising, stop what you're doing, film yourself, clip a Hex streamer for less than 67, post on TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Hashtags on TikTok and Shorts allow you to target demographics far more prone to being onboarded. Cryptocurrencies, especially those trading on decentralized exchanges like Hex, are far too fringe for the masses. Until Hex trades on Coinbase and people can buy and stake in a seamless manner, the approach of marketing must be one that targets specific demographics. Especially given the fact that we are in a bear market, the people most likely to be onboarded to Hex are those who already understand crypto is cyclical and hardware wallets, decentralized exchanges, those kinds of things. So not disrespectful to anyone. Appreciate the tremendous effort, throttle to virality. I just hope the approach changes. Hex has everything required to achieve virality, but we have to understand that we are still fringe and we should market accordingly. The time will come when Hex will seamlessly onboard people through billboards, sponsorships, television. I believe that the ascent of Richard Hart to needs to unfold organically. Let's make it happen. That was the tweet. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, awesome points. You're not afraid to tell the truth, even if it's, even if people are like, oh, I'm doing everything right. Well, no, I don't think everybody's doing everything right. I think you have something to add to the conversation. I think your input is helpful. You might consider having A-Bit on your show.
Oh yeah, I just had him.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
We
So
just had him on.
You're definitely on the right track. I've been so busy planning the Hex conference. I'm sorry I haven't tuned in every time, but
no.
That's great. Do you want me to give you an exclusive on my brand new plan to like onboard millions of people?
I do, of course.
So I had I had an aha moment last night. I was talking to Johnny Chaos, and he was telling me all the things I'm doing wrong with like trying to get people into delayed gratification, because like people don't want to hear it. Like being patient isn't popular.
Yeah.
And I've been building this thing, Time Pays Me, and
Yes.
I think it's got some cool breakthroughs in it. But like for me, as the guy who already understands delayed gratification, and like that made me financially free, like I have the wrong perspective on how to onboard people, because it's not because I've been doing the same pitch for so long, and now I'm trying to do a blockchain product that can kind of teach people kind of what I already know, but people aren't there yet. and that's the problem with Hex, I think, too, is like people aren't there yet. Like they don't understand how 38% APY is not a scam.
Yeah.
Like, and it's too complex for them to hear. Like you can't pitch it in 5 seconds and have it not be too complex. Like you could jam a bunch of complex ideas into 5 seconds, but that still wouldn't be effective. So these are things I really didn't want to hear after I put in so much work, like doing the wrong thing, or not the wrong thing, but just like the thing that I've been doing. And so, but I got so much respect for Johnny, and like, I do want to improve myself in 2023. And so I'm actually considering doing a complete pivot of Time Pays Me to where we don't change anything in the code, okay? But we change how it's presented. Can you hear me all right? I just
Yeah,
realized
yeah.
I'm not using my microphone. Okay, cool.
It's great.
So what's the one thing that everybody in crypto has in common? They don't want to get hacked. They want to be secure. Okay. And Richard Hart, he's doing an airdrop to everybody on Ethereum, millions of users who are all going to probably be like, some of them are going to be like happy with their free coins because they're getting a free copy and all that good kind of stuff. Like that's pretty genius. That's a good way to onboard people into Hex. Like, some people would take the approach, again, people would be like, well, I like doing things my way. I would say that sometimes, like, I like doing stuff my way. So like, I'll just let Richard, I'll let him do the biggest airdrop in the history of the world, and then people will find Hex, and I'll just be, like, I'll be preaching about Hex. But so my new thought is that there's this invention that I had in Time Pays Me that I don't think I really appreciated it enough, and it's being able to undo a hack in MetaMask.
Yes.
That's 5 words. Undo a hack in MetaMask.
Yeah.
And I had like a debate for a while with some people, like getting, again, good feedback about like, whether it's right to say in MetaMask or not, like whether that should be the tagline for the project. But this idea, so I'm actually, and I'll probably be able to present some of this at the Hex conference. I'm actually thinking of completely even changing the interface on Time Pays Me, so you're not deciding how much time you want to wait, but you're deciding how many coins you want to secure. And the idea is, if somebody hacks you, they can only get the amount of coins that you drip to yourself every week, or maybe they'll get nothing. But if you ask people to choose between, like, do you want to be 99% secure? That means you can get 1% of your coins every week from your drip. So that means 99% of the coins are locked.
Mm-hmm.
And 1% is available. And so maybe that would be somebody who like already has a long time horizon. Well, that corresponds to a 2-year lock. So if the person, if only people are choosing what percentage coins they want locked, and then they can see it like fills in, like, this is how long of a lock you chose.
Okay.
And this is how much you're getting per week. But the only choice that you have to make is like, what percentage of your stack do you want to secure, and what do you want to have access to? And so if you want to secure 50% of your coins and then have access to 50% a week, then that would correspond to a 2-week lock. And wouldn't it be cool if millions of people use Time Pays Me, or whatever I call it, Smart Vault, if people use Smart Vault to just secure their coins so they don't get hacked, and then maybe the average time lock is 2 weeks, that would be fine. But what it would do is it would give people, it would become more of an emergent property for people to be able to realize that delayed gratification is helping them not trade, and like helping them win.
Yeah.
And then once they get to that point, then it would be really easy for me to put a Hex advertisement up on Time Pays Me, or just like, just pivot people who are already right there where they don't think time pays me, like they don't even think scam at all, because they don't hear 38% APY. They just hear like, well, you know, it'd be like if Gnosis safe, or if the creator of Ethereum, or if somebody was just like, yeah, this is, it's a utility. If there
Prevents
was
hacks.
like, yeah, and then, you know, as the founder of Time Pays Me, then I can lead people into Hex, because that's what I like. And then they would give it like a fair, like
Yeah.
they, you know, they would already have this experience that they can't really explain. Like, wow, you know, I decided to secure, because the other thing is we're charging a 0.1% fee. Okay. And this is the other genius part. So we're charging a 0.1% fee, but it doesn't matter how long you lock. You could lock for 55 years and only pay a 0.1% fee, but then you're only going to be dripping to yourself like 0.03% a week. And then maybe I have to check my math there. I think that's right. But the point is, you know, that would be like 99.9999 secure. And, but you'd only pay a 0.1% fee. Actually, so locking longer is cheaper. And I have a chart where it shows, even within the 2-year time frame, if you relock every week with Time Pays Me, and you pay that 0.1% fee every week, then your fees compared to a 2-year lock is going to be 104 times higher, but it will still only be 5% over 2 years total. So it creates an experience of longer pays better with the fees.
Yeah.
And it gives people the opportunity, like if you're doing a 2-year time lock, you're only paying a 0.1% fee. Who cares? That's like less than a swap, or that's less than a swap on MetaMask, which if you're doing big volume, you should use matcha.xyz. Or even just getting into crypto, you're usually paying Coinbase like a 2% secret spread and stuff like that. And so like, this is very small. I mean, it's like, even if you did 5 2-year locks, that's 0.5%. That's still 4 times less fees than just getting the crypto from Coinbase.
Wow.
On a good day. So
no, that is interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess how, my question is, do you have a TikTok for Time Pays Me?
I do. I think so.
Okay.
I care a lot about like brand protection. So I think I have an everything for Time Pays Me.
Is other posts?
Not yet, no.
Oh, so yeah.
Man,
because it's like, yo, sorry.
But Maddie, sorry, it's all in Hex is my TikTok.
Yeah, no, I saw your TikTok.
Yeah.
Your TikTok is unbelievable production.
My sister made it for me. I had like nothing to do with it.
What'd she stop? All right, we're gonna go to it right now.
Because she was helping take care of me when I broke both my arms, and then she went home.
Oh, okay. That's fair. How are you feeling, by the way?
Oh man, it's like it's stop and go. It's like sometimes I hurt, sometimes I don't.
Guys, this is honestly incredible.
Yeah.
There's no sound sharing here, right?
There should be. Oh, remember how you can play with sound if you
take it off
stop sharing and then share with the extra tab?
So yeah, no. So what
but it could get you a strike on YouTube to share sound from TikTok.
Oh, so let's okay. I guess we won't do the sound. It's okay, guys. Just go to it. It's absolutely incredible. I hope that you continue posting. It was unbelievable. Share this. Yeah, your TikTok is unbelievable, and
I'm
in my opinion,
like
in terms of onboarding, TikTok is second to none. Because again, and think about like your Time Pays Me. It's like, what would be the best way to get to people to get leads for Time Pays Me? People that would see it and take action and utilize Time Pays Me. Is it going to be a billboard? Is it going to be a soccer stadium? Is it going to be a magazine ad? Is it going to be any of those things? Like, how many people that watch those, like crypto
Tom
again?
Brady.
Tom Brady, but that's already like his FTX.
I
It's
know,
like
I know,
it's like you just buy the Bitcoin and people leave it on the exchange. It's like how many people are really transferring it to a wallet? Then they're on ramping to the dexes and using
Time
those
pays me
things.
total self custody, by the way.
Total
So
self
even though
custody.
I'm
So
joking about FTX, like it's nothing like that.
yeah, and like, so what's the best way to get it out? Well, you could use hashtags, but hashtags aren't effective in YouTube and Twitter because you're going to get drowned out. YouTube Shorts, not that concentrated. Excellent opportunity on a given video to get over 1,000 views. And when I say 1,000 views from new people that don't normally watch your content because they're getting served. You get 1,500 views in under an hour, which I recently did. That means that it's not your regular demographic, your subscribers, because they don't all, if you only have 1,000 subscribers and you have 1,000 people watching in under an hour, it obviously means it's new people. And then they subscribe to your channel, they become regular viewers of your show. That's the way to onboard. And the best part about using the hashtags, which are effective in TikTok and YouTube Shorts, is the fact that you can get straight in front of the eyes of people that are one step away from buying and staking Hex. They're one step away from using Time Pays Me. They're one step away from watching Hex Therapy live, for either mental health purposes or for cryptocurrency education. That's why Hex and the Richard Hart, ecosystem needs to be on TikTok. It is second to none. You know Gary Vaynerchuk? You know Gary V?
No.
Oh my gosh. See, people in the Hex community, they talk about like people like Robert Kiyosaki, who does real estate, and like all those people. Gary Vaynerchuk, folks, people pay thousands of dollars to have consultations and attend to seminars in order to improve their business marketing. And I was watching one of them. They give him all the details. He's like 4 TikToks a day. 4 TikToks a day. And you automatically arbitrage that on YouTube Shorts. That's the way to get yourself out there, folks. And that's why it's so important. You can use the hashtags. You can get straight in front of the eyes of thousands of people that are one click away from getting on Time Pays Me, from watching your live stream
Mm-hmm.
regularly, and from buying and staking Hex. That is the way to onboard. And when you go to, and I've been shilling a lot of TikTokers on a lot of Hex TikTokers, but a lot of the ones that I happen to not be shilling we're producing good content, and then they just drowned out. They haven't posted in like 3 months. TikTok is a graveyard for Hex Pulsechain content, and TikTok is the launch pad for virality. It really, really boggles my mind. People are bugging out like, oh yeah, Hex got on this sign on the stadium. There's this sticker there that I just saw. It's like, how effective is it onboarding per capita in comparison to TikTok and YouTube Shorts? I want to see maybe a tenth of the energy going into people going crazy about a Pulsechain V3 update, or this, or this guy on TV mentioned Hex, or it was popped up on Yahoo. I want to see some of that I guess what's the word? Some of that like excitement, a little bit of that going to, oh, look at that TikTok. It got 1,000 views using the hashtag Shiba Inu, using the hashtag Doge, using the hashtag of users and conversations of people that are ready to buy and stake Hex, after viewing a couple of TikToks and then going straight to Matty Allen's Hex Therapy Live or Furufinance's daily live stream. It's so there for the taking. It's so obvious, and it's so underused in this community, and that's why I've been so forthright and so forceful about TikTok. What's your thoughts on what I just said, Matty?
Look, it's wild to me that you and I both had a similar epiphany, maybe around the same time, or maybe you already knew about it all along, that that in order to help people to understand what we understand, we need to hook them in with short content. And I've been doing the opposite of this, right? Like I've streamed, this is my 110th week straight streaming Tuesday and Thursday nights for on average multiple hours per stream. Like, I'm not saying that we don't need people who are doing long form content, but the opportunity to make short form content is rich.
Yes.
And even I would say even the approach of people hooking people into Hex using 38% APY, I'm going to speak out against that. I'm going to say that's bad right now. In today's environment, that seems like a scam. And if people like that hook, keep using it. Like, please, we need a diversity of short form content.
Yes. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wanted to say that short form is like it's important for the outreach. Long form is the engagement. So you bring them in with a short form, they're like, "Oh, look at this Matty Allen TikTok. It's unbelievable. Maybe I'll watch more. Maybe I'll go to his YouTube channel, and then I'll start watching Hex Therapy." And then they're just like, "Okay, I'm in. I want this Hex stuff." That's really the important thing. And right now, the long form is second to none in Hex. It's unbelievable. It's levels beyond any other community per capita that anyone could imagine. But you need outreach. So you could have the best content in the world, but if it's not getting in front of the people, then what does it really mean?
I'm gonna toot my own horn here a little bit, and I'm gonna say there's gonna be probably a big space in the future for people who make short form content to talk about Time Pays Me, because look, you had the invention of Bitcoin, and that allowed people to stop double spends, and that allowed digital money to be possible. Time Pays Me allows you to stop a hack from happening, and that's this probably the next most important thing to people. I would say delaying gratification is more important because that's part of the store of value function of money. But people aren't going to listen to you need to be patient. There's not going to be millions of people who all of a sudden want to be patient just because people are making mad gains. I mean, maybe. I mean, there's lots of millions of people in the world. So, but the point is that that I don't even think I realized how important this is to be able to undo a hack in MetaMask, and that might be able to hook people in a different way than we have been before. I mean, this idea that you can basically what you do in Time Pays Me, if I can practice pitching it for a second, basically the undo a hack feature that I speak so little about. What you do in Time Pays Me, and I do this on testnet right now on Pulsechain and on Ethereum, is I create a vault. And what the vault is it's a smart contract that you hold yourself in your MetaMask wallet that you have created from our smart contract factory. And so you hold your own keys and you create this vault. And then that vault gives you the ability to create permissions for yourself to time lock coins. And you can time lock any ERC or PRC20 token for any period of time. But the part where undoing a hack comes in is at the beginning, you set up a recovery address. And that recovery address can be your cold storage wallet primarily. Now, if somebody is so new that they need to have it be somebody that they trust, my team would like push back a little bit on that, but that's also a way that some people might use it would be to gift a vault to somebody else, or to have somebody else as their like a family member as their recovery address. But basically, if you get hacked, if you click on the wrong link, or if you click on the wrong transaction or anything, the smart vault that you have is not going to let somebody withdraw money without waiting a week. And then you will get a notification that says somebody's trying to withdraw money. Is that you? I mean, like you could set that up for yourself, a notification on Etherscan, and so that's pretty powerful to be able to go in, and then you can go in and say, I want to switch control of the vault to my recovery address, and that brings it, and that basically steals it back from the hacker.
Yeah.
So
It's an unbelievable.
So
and I said it was unbelievable the first time I heard it. It's an
well,
unbelievable.
I didn't
technology.
listen. I was so excited about delaying gratification. I didn't listen to people saying that undoing
Yeah.
a hack was the coolest thing.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So it's like, it's really like the way marketing would go is that. Well, first of all, let me just before Ben is here, so I just wanted to bring him in. Ben
Hey,
Dubard is with us here today. So
what's
everybody,
up?
Ben Dubard, how
Hey,
you doing?
I'm doing great.
And I
How
just
about
wanted to
you?
read this super chat before I missed it. Thank you
It's
so
hard to hear
much
you, Ben.
for the five I think it's euro. Thank you so much. Started posting 60-second videos teaching my normie Insta followers the basics of cryptos. Threw up a few on YouTube Shorts yesterday. That is awesome. Please subscribe to Ali Kane 32. Oh, Ali Kane, yes. I think that's the one.
We know him.
Yeah, no, he took action. I said Shorts and he took action. But I said I was gonna suss it today, but we had an unexpected guest, special guest, and I guess we'll cover that tomorrow. But thank you so much for the five.
I'm trying to tie it in because of my realization that doing a short form pitch and having the right hook is what I've been missing.
Yeah, and it's like unbelievable because it's just you could say when it comes to marketing, like, oh, but people are gonna say, oh, I'm not interested in that. It's a scam. He's a scam artist. But there is a percentage that will hit, meaning it will resonate with them. And you could say, I guess you would argue that the 38% APY would be scammy and would have a lower percentage hit. So maybe you'd want to focus more on the delaying gratification, whatever it is the highest percentage, but whatever it is, it's just a matter of getting in front of as many people as possible. And if they like it, then they're going to keep watching and they're going to watch more because it will be brought to them and they will inevitably become Hexkins and watch our streams. But sorry.
What's going on, Ben?
Nothing much. Just drinking some coffee. Happy to be here.
Is your volume really low for Furu as well?
Yeah, I think maybe
your mic isn't plugged in or something.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, it's better.
A little bit.
Oh, man.
There you go. Yeah, just closer to
Okay.
the mic.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Uh,
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Sorry I'm late. My alarm went off and then I was like, all right, I'll get up in 10 minutes. And then I fell asleep again. So I'm sorry.
It's like you're late for class.
I know, dude. Please. So what did I miss? Why don't we start over from the beginning?
I admitted I'm wrong. Furu Finance is right. Short form is the future. If we can't hook people in with different hooks other than 38% APY, then we're not diverse enough as a community. And so the work that you guys are doing, I think, is really important because some of us guys who are, old sticks in the mud, it's hard for us to change, but there's still hope for you guys.
No. We're the outreach. It's funny because you're doing the TikTok really better than any of us.
My sister's doing the TikTok.
Yeah, well, have her keep at it. It's unbelievable. Mine are
I'm glad
terrible.
you like it.
Mine are mediocre, I'd say. But I started learning how to use them.
Maybe I can get her to do. Maybe I can get her to do some sort of tutorial.
Oh, that would be unbelievable. That would be unbelievable.
Because she taught me so much. But she's a pro.
Yeah, if we could get that, I would be maybe during the Hex. No, we already got that filled out, but yeah, no, we gotta adapt. We gotta adapt.
Yeah.
So
do you mind if I pitch to Ben my new idea?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
By the way, the more you practice, I've been trying to practice pitching Hex and crypto for 4 years now. So, but I'm still always getting better. So Ben, do you like getting your coins hacked?
No.
All right. it sounds like you need to upgrade your security with Smart Vault. It allows you to undo a hack in MetaMask. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, how can I do that?
Well, imagine a situation where all of your coins can be moved all at once. That is the type of situation where somebody could run away with your coins before you realize that they've had your private key. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what we do with a Time Pays Me or with Smart Vault, whatever we're going to call it, is basically it's a complete pivot. Instead of talking about delayed gratification, what we're talking about is how many of your coins do you want to lock up at a time so that people can't steal them? And it basically, the drip is how many coins you want to be able to access every week. And so it's the simple question is like, what percentage of your coins do you want to secure? And then that tells us what percentage of your coins you want to be able to access each week. And so it just happens to turn out that if you want to secure 99% of your coins, that's a 2-year lock that drips to you weekly, 1%. If you want to secure 50% of your coins, that's a 2-week lock that drips 50% every week.
So it has to be either 2 years or 2 weeks based on the amount.
It can be any amount of time in between 0 and 55 years, but the framing of it isn't so scary. Because look, you and I understand delayed gratification. We're already all in, but the people we're trying to onboard, they're thinking, lock up my coins. Sounds like a scam. Sounds like you're going to dump on my head.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's already over. We've lost them. We haven't hooked them in 5 seconds. So if we can hook, and I'm just trying this, and like I want other people to try other things, or you can try what I'm trying. Like, you know, it's I just had this aha moment yesterday, like because I was pitching Smart Vault to Johnny Chaos, and he's like so smart. He's like, he always blows my mind. My mind was melted, and I realized that I'm trying to teach people something that I understand, but I'm never going to teach as many people what I know without giving them an initial experience.
Mm-hmm.
So if people can initially experience, they feel safe in crypto. That's what everybody wants with their money. That's what people don't like about the dollar, but they use it because it's the most secure thing to them, because it's less likely to get hacked than other things. Like you can, like I got ripped off by a repair shop, and I got ripped off. Like they just jacked my credit card for like $1,600. And the whole reason I have a credit card that I pay off every month is to do chargebacks. And I have done, this is the biggest chargeback I've ever done in 15 years with this credit card company. So that's safety. That makes me want to like keep using that technology of a credit card that's so insecure. It literally has all the numbers printed on it and you hand it to people. It's so insecure, but then there's security built on top of it. So with your MetaMask wallet, it's so insecure. Anybody who has phished you, anybody who, most people don't even know what phishing is. It doesn't matter. It's just magic internet money magically disappears because people can move 100% of the coins all at once. But if you lock down 50% or 90% of your coins, you're going to feel more secure. You're going to have a different relationship with cryptocurrency. And then later on, then you're going to be ready to hear, guess what you already feel safe doing, it leads you to delayed gratification. It leads you to stop trading. It leads you to not getting hacked. It leads you to being in the highest appreciating asset class of all time.
And pays you.
And it pays you because not because it has scammy APY, but because you can use things like Hex that is wrapped on Deci. I think I actually Johnny also pointed out that like I really have to check the compatibility of Deci with Time Pays Me, but theoretically, I mean, you could just take liquid hex and you could you could time lock it, or I think we keep trying to get people into the optimum play, but people need intermediary steps first. Like, in order for somebody to hear 38% APY is cool and not scammy, they need to be able to trust cryptocurrency first. They need to be able to trust self-custody first. And what we've seen is there are millions of users who keep getting scammed by centralized exchanges, and it doesn't even make sense that crypto is not compatible with centralized exchanges. But the reason people keep their crypto on centralized exchanges is because they want to trade, or because they don't feel safe taking custody of themselves. And so if Smart Vault can be the security upgrade that Ethereum has always needed, that crypto has always needed, to be able to undo a hack just by not having access to all your coins all the time, but then we're also not scaring people into like thinking that they have to be patient, but then they'll want to be patient.
Yeah, I think that is a good idea to focus on the security aspect, and I think what you said earlier makes sense too, to not like pitch 38% APR from this cryptocurrency to people, especially people who like aren't really into crypto.
I mean, look, it worked early on. And the airdrop to Bitcoiners, that's what got me into Hex, the airdrop. So I already know there's going to be lots more people coming into Hex, but my thing is, what's going to be getting people who aren't already going to be coming in from the airdrop, who maybe they're coming in for Pulsechain, but it's not going to get them into Hex because they're not there yet, because they're not thinking long term, because they're trading, because they're holding stuff on centralized exchanges. They don't even get the airdrop. I see in the comments somebody says, Maddie, you sold me on Time Pays Me, you're now losing me. Check it out. The wild thing about this that should blow your mind too is that literally nothing is changing in the blockchain code. The blockchain code is done. You can already time lock for 55 years. You can already delay gratification. You can already use the dead man switch in order to recover in the event of your untimely passing, or timely passing, I guess. So nothing has changed except for the way that it's being pitched. And what I'm learning from Johnny Chaos and Furu Finance and Ben Dubard is there's this huge opportunity to have a shorter pitch that's different than what we've tried before. And that we know that'll work for some people. We know nothing works for everybody. And that's why I appreciate what you guys are doing, because you guys are teaching me.
Oh, I guess it's mutual, because you're teaching us. But yeah, it's just also just getting a bigger audience that already has a connection with you. I mean, they wouldn't even really need a pitch. So
I have a question. Like, so with the recovery, the wallet recovery or whatever, I mean, what if someone's like, oh, now I have to keep track of 2 seed phrases? Oh my gosh, this is like too much now. Or like, they're like, how do I, like, what if, I don't know. I mean, what do you think about that? Or someone doesn't have a friend who they can trust, who they can be like, oh, this is my backup. I guess because I feel like there's.
Do you trust your friends more than the person who hacked you?
Yeah, but it's like, what if you don't have? What if
you're that person?
Yeah,
yes,
I guess so.
The answer is yes. Okay, then isn't it brilliant that Maddie's tool is not like Gnosis Safe, where you have to give ownership and control and permission to the other address ahead of time before you get hacked?
Mm-hmm.
In Smart Vault, all you have to do is give somebody else access. Like, you don't give somebody else access, you set them as your recovery, and then if you get hacked, then and you know what, you're right, there are going to be people who don't have anybody that they trust with their life savings, you know, because that's the unfortunate part of life, is not everybody has somebody that they can trust. But that creates the burden on them to learn, to do the extra step of learning. So my theory is that if there is a way, at least people can know, like, at least I've invented a way that people can have true self custody with 2 seed words. Because remember, one seed word is your hot wallet and one is your cold wallet, and there's a big difference there.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Did you guys know that you could take a coin and flip it 40 times and you could get a private key?
What? No, I didn't know that.
And you can get an address and it plugs into MetaMask and you can use it. Now, I wouldn't recommend that because your coin could be minted in a way where it is not totally random. But that's a thing. This is the world of cryptography. Like, you know, like, you don't have to do something on a computer if you think the computer's compromised.
Interesting.
So cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
So the less complex pitch is undo a hack in MetaMask. It's 5 words.
Yeah, I think that does pull people in. Because, yeah, like, definitely. It's like, what do you mean? Like, use a hardware wallet? And then you're like, no, this new invention.
Yeah, well, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday. I've thought of how to make better hardware wallets.
So we'll get there.
And I know a guy, but we'll save that for the future.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's a great idea. There's definitely a market for it. It's just a matter of getting the word out, and reaching that demographic that would want it.
Well, Ben said he doesn't like it when people hack his coins, and you know, if there is anybody out there who likes to be hacked, then, you know, just go ahead and throw your seed words in the live stream comments or something. Like,
no,
you know, I think that's a pretty big umbrella. But again, I didn't. So thanks to you guys, thanks to Johnny Chaos for telling me I was wrong, and or at least just saying things that I wasn't thinking. It's really helpful for us to all be such a strong community that we can listen to each other even when we disagree, and that's where great ideas and progress and self-improvement comes from.
Very true.
Yeah, no problem. So I have something I like to tell people about Hex is I say it's the only crypto I know of that incentivizes long-term thinking.
I like that.
That's like all I say pretty much.
And how do people react to that?
They're like, I think people are surprised, like, because when I'm like a crypto person, I guess we just had the holidays, and like I have like somewhat of a big family, so people are like, so how's your trading? And I'm like, oh, I don't trade, you know, you should really think long term and all this stuff. So I think people are like they weren't expecting to hear that. I think it piques people's interest because they're like, oh, long term, you know, because that's not what people think when they think of crypto.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think anyone heard. Yeah, I don't think anyone heard that and was like, oh, I gotta go get some, you know. But
yeah, I guess Maddie would have been really the most effective means of onboarding, the most effective methods, and the not as effective methods from your experience onboarding people.
It's hard to say, man. Like, I dug into like specializing in like really specific areas, and my focus was always, I wanted to be a community builder among the community builders. And so for me, it was always like, you know, I need to plan the first mass Hex meetup. And we had 369 people all come to Las Vegas like a couple months later, and Kareem and I like stood on top of an actual tank, and we drove over a car that we spray painted that said high fees, and we had a hex flag, and my dad like drove the tank, and it just you know, like just so, and then everybody was like, yeah, this community is like crazy and real and like not a bunch of bots. And you know, we did consistent live streams and stuff, and so and that was more like on the technical side. That was more for the people who already got hooked in. And then it's like, we want to help, because remember, in Hex, I mean, if nobody sells, then the price goes up. You don't need new people. I didn't get that for a long time.
Wait, say it again.
If nobody sells, the price goes up.
Yes. So you don't need new people?
So you don't need new people. And that, honestly, I heard people say that who are smarter than me. I heard people say that. And I didn't agree. And I argued with them for hours and hours and hours. And man, it's a whole journey just to deeply understand like how that is. And of course, it's great to have new people, because then you all get to win together. But think about how Hex is designed. Like, if you have more people, there's more competition for T-shares. And so like,
so the price
you're
goes
kind
up.
of being really generous when you onboard people.
But
I like that.
what's if no one sells and the price goes up? But if no one ever sells, then what's the point in the price going up?
So supply and demand is never all or none. And the point I'm trying to make is that like, if the people who are already in the system, if they decide to delay gratification further, then they have to sell less because the price goes up. So the more you time lock, the more scarce the coins are in the here and now. The more scarce the coins are, the more the price can go up, and you can't sell as much because you're locked. And then now in the future, you have to sell less in order to get the same amount of money out.
But you have to sell though.
Yeah, but you sell less.
But who do you sell it to?
I'm not saying that there's no buyers. I'm saying that, well, it's two things. You still get APY in Hex if no new people come in. So that's what makes it not a Ponzi.
Yeah.
Because Ponzi's promise returns that they can't deliver, and the Hex smart contract can always deliver its returns because it's paying in Hex and not in dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Separate from that, you have a market that came about of supply and demand, and you have buyers and sellers, and you can't ever turn off the buyers and sellers. You can make Hex illegal and people would still trade it in other countries. Mm-hmm. You could turn off the internet and people would still fly carrier pigeons with like smoke signals and flip their coins 40 times, and like they would still have cryptocurrency. Okay, that's a pretty extreme example. I hope that doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. But it's talked about in the Bitcoin, or the Mastering Bitcoin with Andreas Antonopoulos, or one of his books. So you can never turn off all the buyers and sellers, but at the end of the day, like, it's useful that you've got a real price discovery. And so the point I'm trying to make is that if by watching Quant Gang and Game Theory Gang and the other shows that I've had twice a week for 110 weeks, if people decided to delay their gratification more who were already in the Hex system, that made Hex more scarce, and that allowed the price to go up more. When Richard Hart said Hex could do a 10,000x in 2.5 years, and it did a 10,000x in on day 656, well, that's 1.7, 1.8 years in. It's because everybody time locked for 2.5 years or longer, and then there were people who front ran. So, and only 4 cryptocurrencies have ever done a 10,000x. So the idea of time locking is what gives something value because of digital scarcity plus demand. So what I'm saying is, if you have constant buy pressure and then you reduce the sell pressure, the price goes up. So like if you have 1,000 people buying Hex and you have 1,000 people selling Hex, but now the people who are selling Hex, they time lock half of their coins, it doubles the price. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely does.
So you asked me about onboarding, and I think that the price is the best onboarding tool that there is.
Yeah.
Because it's so many places and people can verify it and trust it so much. And so even places that don't list Hex, like Coinbase, they have the price on there. CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, Nomics, all these things, places you can't even buy Hex. They advertise Hex through the price. And then you have 100,000 people who care if the price of Hex doubles 12 times in a row or something. And they start screaming from the rooftops and doing 5 tours in 46 cities all across the country. And people do online Hex conferences, and people like you to fire up your YouTube channels and start educating people. That's all coming from people being excited about the immediate property of number go up and the emergent property of delayed gratification. And so I think that we're evolving now to the point where, like you were saying when I tuned in, the mainstream attention is going to hit a lot harder if we build up our organic. And Richard going on Fox or whatever it is, like, there needs to already be so many good short hooks already there. And so that's what I'm getting out of what you're saying too, is that's the missing piece that for me, I haven't mastered that part yet, but for me, I was already focusing on something else, so now I'm going to try to focus on both.
Yeah, well, I guess, I mean, you've been busy with things that are super important, and obviously you had the whole incident with the car accident. So, but I compared it to the Andrew Tate rise, which is a very organic rise to stardom. I guess he's become one of the most famous people in the world, and he really did it that way. Like basically, he actually has a program like Hustlers University, and he offers a certain amount of a discount on his program if you spread shorts and TikToks about him.
Really?
And it really got to the point. Yeah, it really got to the point where, first of all, he's achieved wealth beyond his wildest dreams. I mean, if what he's saying is true, he says he's worth hundreds of millions. I don't know.
Isn't he in a Romanian prison right now?
Oh, he was. Yes, he was. He was worth hundreds of millions. I don't know, but I do know. No, but so my friend once called me. He's like, I can't use YouTube Shorts anymore because all I see is Andrew Tate videos.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry to derail your point. Your point is he was doing something right, and that's how he got to be the most Googled person in 2022.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and I think it's a very similar. Obviously, they're completely different messages, Richard Hart and Andrew Tate, but it is similar in the sense that they're both controversial within their own category, within their own market. You know what I'm saying? Like, they both focus on different things, but within crypto, Richard is still a very controversial person. They both have very dedicated followers. I wouldn't say cult followers, but very dedicated followers. And I think the difference is the demographic for Tate is teens and 20s, and Hex is more late 20s, 30s, and 40s. So they're not as social media savvy, but it doesn't take a lot to learn. And if it worked for Tate, I think it could certainly work for Richard Hart. And obviously everything that Richard Hart, everything that Hexkins want, as in television appearances for Richard, they want big YouTube, big YouTubers like Logan Paul. They want Richard Hart appearances there. All of that happened organically for Andrew Tate, but the reason why it happened was because of the is because his following got the word out there. He never had to ask; they came to him, and I think that's really the way to go. That's really the proper approach in terms of an organic, rise to stardom for somebody who doesn't have, a whole. For someone who doesn't have like in Hollywood, they could get you up there because they schedule you on this late night show, that late night show. They're going to publish you in every single paper. Like the way these people emerge, it's not organic. They have a whole system behind them. But to emerge organically, there's a blueprint, and I think being that we don't have the connections that people in Hollywood have, obviously, I think that's really the way to go. It's
we got Kyler Kaufman.
Yeah, him. But hopefully he's going to do well. But I guess what do you think of everything I said? True. But, what do you think about what I just said?
Yeah, so spot on. There's one thing that Richard Hart has that Andrew Tate doesn't. Other than the world's largest diamond, the highest appreciating asset in human history, the world's fastest Ferrari, and the world's best community. And I guess, all right, yeah, you guys are getting all the alpha out of me. So this is also going to be an announcement. So the developer who made hexsearch.io is my second developer, has been for a while. So hexsearch.io is something that people can go and use as a premier tool to be able to create shorts of Richard Hart. All you do is type in the keyword that you want, and it will take you exactly to the Richard Hart video where he said what you were thinking. So if you go there and just type MATI, maybe, yeah, and type Matty all in. Maybe it'll get a little bit more specific. It's going to take you to every spot Richard has ever mentioned me, exactly in the video to where it was.
Nope. No one could hear this. Should I share the?
Yeah, because it's impressive, and this is a tool that speaks exactly to what you guys are talking about, which is how can people make more shorts like Andrew Tate did? How can people get the word out about Hex and Richard Hart? Because look, Richard isn't going to do the work for us.
Yep.
That would be unfavorable in terms of the SEC stuff. It's up to us, and that's the good news. Is like we're here for DeFi anyway. It's silly to keep coins on a centralized exchange if you can keep them secure. It's silly to have one man, do all the work when there are many of us that can.
Yeah. Wait. So let's.
Is StreamYard working for you?
Oh, there we go.
The chat's cracking me up.
That's unbelievable.
Is it working?
I had an idea to take every clip of Richard Hart talking about his PP and putting it into like a TikTok, and it's like
this
guy's
the most efficient way that you could do it. It's an incredible tool.
Yeah, I didn't realize I'd heard of this, but I didn't realize it was like so awesome. Like that's crazy. It's so specific like that. Because I do think
is this working? Are you able to hit play?
Oh, I should keep playing.
We can't hear it. So you didn't. Maybe you didn't press the right button.
Oh wait, I didn't share the right tab. Oh wait. Oh, you know what? My bad.
But if you go back to the Hex search page and you like reload the link, then it'll take you back to exactly the point in the YouTube stream. Like you could have typed anything. You could have.
Oh, because it opens a new tab. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So if I refresh it, would it go back to the spot?
But remember, you have to add the window with StreamYard using the third tab.
So let me.
63 watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. Go into the description below and follow all the links. Follow at Ben Dubard on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter, and at Furufinance on YouTube and Twitter and TikTok and beyond.
Wait.
And Matty Allen.
You don't have to do that.
Whoops.
Hexsearch.io is the content creator's dream tool. It uses advanced like language recognition to be able to tell the difference between like Matty Allen and like any other time you're saying words that sound like that, or any words at all. I'm really impressed by the specificity.
Matty Allen
Yes.
has a show on sudden wealth syndrome. I didn't watch it, but it's probably good. So check out Sudden Wealth Syndrome.
It
Matty
is.
Allen.
Agreed.
It's good.
ALLIN.
And you can go down the list on hexsearch.io and find all the spots in Richard's live streams on his own channel where he's mentioned anything. It's so cool. So if you have an idea for a video and you want to say like self-custody rules, and like then you go to hexsearch.io and you type self-custody, and now you have the ability to be able to clip all of the videos where Richard has ever said it. How beautiful is that? You don't have to show your face. You can dip your toe into content creation. You can compete with all the other people who are going to be doing this. And, you know,
You could have hundreds of thousands of followers, if not millions of followers. It's the crazy thing. Like El Hexidente has 60,000 followers on TikTok. So he's got more followers on TikTok than any Hex YouTuber.
And he didn't use hexsearch.io.
And he didn't even use it. And then the next biggest one is Super Hex Max. He's got like 40,000.
Super Hex Win.
Super Hex Win. Super Hex Win. Yeah, he's got.
Or maybe he has more than one.
It's so he's got way more than 40,000 then.
Yeah, he has a backup, I'm sure.
And then once enough people are there, you know, if there's enough activity, then it gets served more. It's a beautiful thing. Yori started eight weeks ago, and she's got 10,000. And it's not even in English. Yori Hex, she was on the show.
Yeah, A-Bit's girlfriend.
Yeah. She's got 10,000 in 8 weeks.
Wow.
10,000 in 8 weeks. So I hope the other Hex ladies maybe get on there. I guess some people enjoy watching them more. Not sure why, but they get a lot of good viewership and stuff like that. So hopefully they could get on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start making some TikTok soon, but that aren't just clips of shorts that are like, I don't know, maybe try to do some kind of tutorial. I was saying this yesterday with Furu, like, because I have a MetaMask video on my page, like how to buy DCA $100 into Hex. I think turning that into like a short form would be pretty awesome. So, but I want to figure out how to do it where like the website is, you're standing in front of like something like, I don't know, it's like
a green screen,
I guess. Yeah, I guess you'd have to use a green screen to do it. I don't know if there's a feature within TikTok that like lets you put something behind you, but
it's a green screen feature. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like those, like, I don't know, those look more professional. I don't know, when I see someone do that, I'm like, whoa, this guy knows what they're doing. They have like the thing behind them.
I gotta buy. He's got the green screen.
And then do the TikTok voice. I feel like I could do a pretty good TikTok voice, but
oh yeah.
Wait, so I guess Maddie, is the Hex conference going to mark the bottom for Hex? Is it
Nobody
only
knows.
up to the right from there?
Nobody knows what the price will do.
It's true. Someone asked for a price prediction for Pulse and PulseX at launch, and I gave it to them, even though I told them it's probably not going to be true. And
that was enjoyable. That was yesterday. I tuned in.
Oh yeah,
I was driving.
So I guess it is true though. No one could really be honest, and nobody could really know the future price performance.
I mean, if you are so rich that you're going to be a multi-million-dollar liquidity provider, you can decide what the price will be.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Hopefully one
Yeah.
day. But I guess we've been going for an hour 50. Do you guys have anything else you want to bring up or closing thoughts?
We got a lot to look forward to, and we got a lot of great people in the space. Come check out the Hex conference. I'm going to be doing a test tonight after Hex therapy. That will not be live streamed, but I haven't even posted about it yet. So if you're a speaker, you're welcome to join in the green screen room I'll be posting about on the speaker's Telegram. But with that being said, like, a lot to look forward to, with 4 days and 20 hours of content coming from the Hex conference starting tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. on the West Coast, and plus 1 day, 1 a.m. Sorry, Europe. And then in Australia, it's like the morning. It's like whatever.
Yeah, and it's
Late
gonna
morning.
be great. Very exciting. I think I said this is the climax. I really believe it is. But yeah, Ben, what are your thoughts? Any closing
Well,
thoughts?
first, Maddie, are you expecting anything from Richard Hart at the conference, like any big announcement, or do you think it's just going to be him kind of normal, like he has been recent months, just kind of talking?
How about this?
Mm-hmm.
Every other year, I interview him myself on the Hex conference. So I did on the first year, and now it's the third year. I'm doing it again. That'll be one of the questions I'll ask him. I'll ask him for an Easter egg.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not really expecting much, but I know some people are like, "Oh, we're getting the Pulsechain announcement. We're getting something."
I'll pressure him. I'll pressure him to give us something. How about that?
Yeah, I think you might be his favorite, Maddie. He talks about you a lot, so I think you can get in there and get us some good stuff. Just kidding. But
He's
thanks
my
for putting
favorite
together.
too.
Yeah. Thanks for putting together the conference. I know that has to be just like a lot of work. So it's easy to take
worth
for
it because
granted.
this is a great community and I get a lot out of it. Just with the enjoyment, it's like my dream job to be organizing people who are making such a difference.
Nice.
Yeah,
well, that's awesome.
We definitely appreciate anything, and thanks so much for showing up on such short notice.
Hey man, you couldn't keep me away. I was on my way to the grocery store, and you sent me the blank, so here I am.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah,
all right.
Thanks for what you guys do.
Right now?
You guys rock.
Are you in the grocery store with a green screen right now?
I could be. Yeah, I'm like in the corner.
You're like blocking the salsa. People are like, "What is this guy's problem?"
All right, guys. Like and subscribe. Follow at Matty All In, MATIALLIN. Go to timepaysme.me. Timepays.me. Timepays.me.
Timepays.me, timepaysme.com. I got them all.
Timepaysme.com. Follow at timepaysme on Twitter. Follow at timepaysme on TikTok. Follow at Matty Allen on TikTok. Subscribe to Matty Allen's channel if you aren't, but I'm sure you are. And if you're not, you better be. And subscribe to Ben Dubard's channel. He's very close to 1,000. We're going to get him over that probably today or tomorrow.
All right.
And subscribe to this channel. And subscribe to my TikTok and Ben's TikTok. And just subscribe to everything, okay, guys? And we will see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Peace.